Hi Aries, welcome to your love reading for February 2017. We are working with two decks again, but I'm also going to pull some cards from the Romance Angels and then some cards from the Messages from your Angels. Okay, so let me go ahead and get these out of the way. We're going to start off with these two decks. This is going to be for confirmation. So let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. And this is the love reading for the sign of Aries for February 2017. First card that you have, Aries, is the Two of Wands. Page of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aries for February 2017. The Ace of Cups. Okay, I think this card wants to come out, and you have the Seven of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aries, February 2017. You have the Nine of Swords. Judgment. This is a love reading for the sign of Aries, February 2017. Eight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Aries, February 2017. Two of Pentacles. And the final card will be the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the energy around your love life for the month of February, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So to me, this represents change and movement in your love life, but this may be something that takes time. This is a card of gradual progress. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here, and let's go ahead and take a look at your reading. Okay, so the first card that you have here is a Two of Wands. So this tells me that you have been waiting for something. It's the first card, so I feel like you're coming into the month kind of, looking to see if something's going to manifest for you. The Two of Wands, to me, this is a card of non-action, and it means that you have been patiently, or maybe not so patiently, waiting for something to manifest. I feel like this happens for you probably early in the month. You have the Page of Cups, which to me, this can represent a new love interest or rekindling a relationship, healing a relationship. It's a page, so it can also represent communication. This can be someone from the past coming back into your life, or you reaching out to someone from the past. But it also came up with the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, again, that is a new beginning in your love life or rekindling a relationship, just like the Page of Cups. This just means that something new is happening in your love life. And I feel like because you have the Two of Wands, that you have been waiting patiently for this manifestation from the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And for some of you, maybe you have been waiting for someone to contact you. Again, the pages represent communication. You've been waiting for someone to call you. Or maybe you have been waiting for the perfect moment to reach out to someone else. For some of you, this could be a message for you. If there's someone that you have been hoping to hear from and maybe you have not, I feel like, you've been waiting around, but I feel like if there is some type of communication, which could be them or it could be you, this leads to a new beginning. Of course, this also represents a lot of happiness and just feeling very content in your relationship, a very close bond. Now, for those who are single, I feel like for a lot of you, there's definitely an opportunity in the month of February for new love. And it could be for those who are single that you have been waiting to maybe look again. Maybe some of you have been through a bad breakup, or if you've just been single, maybe you have been single for a long time. I feel like here for those who are single, this represents indecision and just kind of waiting for the perfect opportunity. Maybe nobody has piqued your interest, But I feel like there's definitely going to be some type of movement in your love life, dating or excitement once again. Okay, so the next card that you have is the Seven of Wands. So this card represents standing up for yourself and speaking up for yourself. And it usually means that there's somebody where you have to lay down the law. And there are some, challenging energies here for you. You have the Seven of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords, then you also have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So up here, it's like, for some of you, you may be finally, getting back together with someone, healing a relationship, meeting somebody. But I feel like if that's happening for you, if somebody from the past is coming back into your life, make sure that you are not just taking them back, but you're also kind of letting them know maybe how your heart was broken or all the anxiety and the tension that you went through. For some of you, I also feel like this definitely represents, a lot of mental conflict, a lot of fear. Somebody is living in fear. Somebody is suffering in silence, and it's time to put an end to that. It's time for you to let somebody know that you have a lot of fears about a relationship. And for some of you, you could be worried that your partner is going to end the relationship or that they could be cheating. I just feel like here you can't, for those of you where that really applies, where you're just not saying anything because you don't want to lose your partner. I feel like in the month of February, you might get to the point where you just feel like, even if you don't want to start trouble, like you finally have to say something. I feel like this reading is telling you should not be suffering in silence and letting someone in the relationship get away with murder. You do have, Judgment, which represents a new beginning, and it is lined up with the Ace of Cups, which also represents a new beginning. So I feel like even those relationships where there's something that you have to say, you have to stand up for yourself, it doesn't mean that it's the end. Judgment represents, a second chance. So for some people, maybe there's been a delay in your relationship, hearing from someone from the past, and, this person pops up for you again. But for others, there could be a relationship where you finally have to speak your mind and let the partner know that you've been terrified of, whether this is losing them, wondering if they're being honest with you. It's finally time for you to speak up. This leads to a new beginning for you. This leads to a second chance, and it does not mean that you're breaking up. This just means that you're finally, in a good place. Judgment is rising from the ashes, the phoenix rising from the ashes, and kind of coming back to life after being in a really dark place. And I would say that this is a really dark place. You can finally have a healthy relationship once you get those fears off your chest and communicate with your partner. Now down here, there's that similar message from the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, this represents feeling really blocked and restricted. You feel like you can't do what you want to do because you're just blocked from every direction. You're restricted from making any decision. You feel stuck. There's a decision clearly here that you have to make. You may feel like you can't make it. You have the Two of Pentacles. This is very scattered energy. This is very scattered energy where nothing is written in stone. This could also represent a relationship that's not very stable. It could also mean that you have to choose, whether this is choosing between two partners, choosing between looking for someone new or staying in your current relationship. Some of you may be choosing to move in a different direction. Not everyone. You have the Eight of Cups. Because I see so many, challenging energies just right here, the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups. This could represent somebody walking away because they are no longer happy and they need to look for happiness elsewhere, but that's not going to apply to everyone. Remember, it's lined up with these new beginnings. So it could be that you're finally leaving emotions, argument, fears, right here, fears from the past, feeling maybe like you're stuck in a bad relationship. I feel like if you're communicating, and you did have the Page of Cups up here, which is a heart-to-heart, could also represent a heart-to-heart conversation, that you can finally leave these really kind of toxic emotions in the past and enjoy your relationship with your partner. But I feel like there's some challenging energies here, nothing too negative. And even though, there are some challenging cards, there are encouraging messages as well, like the Judgment card telling you that, if you have been in a dark place in a relationship where you feel like, it can't get any worse than this, things can get better for you. You can still heal the relationship. And it is, like I said, lined up with a new beginning. I just feel there's two number twos in this reading, the Two of Pentacles and the Two of the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. And to me, the twos represent decisions. I feel like there's a decision that you have to make, but I feel like you don't feel that you can. Not with the Eight of Swords. You feel restricted and blocked. And like, your hands are tied behind your back when they're really not. I feel like there's someone that really has to stand up for themselves when it comes to their love life. I feel like somebody is really concerned, really worried about a relationship or a marriage. Maybe you're just worried about your love life for those who are single. You might feel like you're never going to get married, never going to meet anybody. And maybe it's time to stand up to your own ego. There's nothing blocking you from finding somebody special in your life. Although this could involve, for those who are single, making the decision to put yourself back out there. And again, leaving emotions from the past. Relationships that did not work out. You can't keep thinking about those, because then you definitely will be blocked. Okay, so let's get some more confirmation cards. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? You have the King of Pentacles. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? Seven of Pentacles. I thought I just said Seven of Pentacles, but this is, it's the King of Pentacles. Okay, one more. What other message is there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? Okay, so you have the Hangman. Yeah, so there's definitely something going on where you may feel like there's really nothing that you can do about what's happening in your relationship, especially seeing the Hangman. Let me just bring them up here. The Hangman next to the Eight of Cups. And not only that, the Eight of Swords as well. This is a pretty kind of clear message that somebody may feel like you're in limbo. And remember, like I said, this is not a very stable energy. This is kind of scattered energy and having to make a decision. This does involve a decision sometimes. It just means you have to look at your relationship, at your love life in a different way. Until then, you are stuck. So for some of you, you may have to... There could be something about the relationship that needs to change. Somebody is feeling kind of really restricted and stuck. But again, it's not that you're stuck, but there's something that has to be, this message is telling you there's something that has to be left behind. And this could be emotions and scars and just things that have happened in the past that finally have to be healed. Until then, there's this energy here of kind of being in limbo. And this definitely goes with the energy from the Two of Pentacles, which, like I said, this is very scattered energy, and they're both here. So I feel like some people, you really have to work hard to heal a relationship, to work through your differences. And some people maybe feel like they can't do that. I mean, the Eight of Cups, to me, there's no way to sugarcoat this. This is a card of walking away. I'm feeling like I need to think of myself first. I need to put myself first and look for happiness elsewhere. And for some of you, that will be the case. And for some of you, this could just be leaving, those painful emotions from the past and not focusing too much on your fears, because you do have the Nine of Swords here. Okay, so let me go ahead and get some more confirmation cards from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? You have the Four of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries? You have the Chariot. And the Hierophant. At the bottom of this stack, you have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands, this is the victory card. This is a card of triumph and overcoming your challenges. So like I said, even though I see some I see some challenging energies in this reading. There are positive messages as well. So if you're single and you feel like your love life is not really going anywhere and you feel like you're in limbo, you're stuck, you're not really moving forward. If you're making decisions and you're healing, again, the energy of victory is here as far as you finding somebody new. For those who are already coupled, I feel like you can work through your differences. And for those relationships where you definitely feel like you can't compromise and you definitely know that it's time for you to move on, the victory is that you will be finding the person that will truly make you happy, the person that you truly belong with. So the card up here is the Four of Swords. So for some of you, you may need a break. This may be some time apart from a partner. And this could be that you're asking for some time apart, or your partner is asking you, especially with the energies that I see here, the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and then the Eight of Cups. This just means that somebody may also need some time just to think and figure things out. Remember that you do have the energy of the Hangman, which is being in limbo and not really seeing things clearly. And you also have the Two of Pentacles, which represents scattered energy. For somebody here, they just need time to kind of clear their head. This also represents healing, so I feel like relationships can definitely heal, although people may need some space. Now, I just noticed that the Four of Swords is next to the Two of Wands, so this could represent, that there has to be a waiting period for things to really kind of work themselves out with your partner. Because somebody needs time to heal, or somebody needs time to figure things out mentally. This is the Suit of Air, which represents our thoughts. Now, you also have the Chariot. So this is a major arcana, and it represents movement. This is finally seeing, big changes in your love life. So if you're single, finally those big changes you've been waiting for, meeting somebody new, being in a relationship. For those who are already coupled, this represents, finally getting to a much better place. This is the ultimate victory card, and ironically you also have the victory card in the form of the Minor Arcana. So both of these cards are screaming at you that you will overcome whatever challenge that you're going through, whether you're single or you're coupled. This does mean, the Chariot does mean that you have a part to play in this victory. This means that you're being very persistent, you're being very hands-on when it comes to your love life. You're not just waiting for things to happen. Remember, you do have number twos, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, telling you that you may have to make some decisions, but this is a victory for you when it comes to your love life. Now, the final card here is a Hierophant. So this just means that, you have a lot of help from Spirit. This is a card of spirituality. This could be your angels, your spirit guides that are helping you, for those who are single, to find the right partner. For those who are already coupled, this is the guidance that you need on your relationship. Can this relationship be healed? And I feel like for some of you, looking at this spread, for some of you, your relationship can definitely be healed. You can get back together. And for those, where it's time to move on, this is, a card that's telling you that you will receive clear guidance, that it's time for you to move on to the next partner. This card also represents kindred spirit, so you will be guided to the person that you truly belong with. Okay, so let me go ahead, let's see. Let's get some cards from the Romance Angels, and I'm going to put them over here. I'm just going to move the camera. I have a lot of cards this month. I don't think I'm going to be doing this all the time because I don't think I have time to be doing 30-minute readings every month. Okay. So let's get some cards from the Romance Angels. This is for the sign of Aries for February 2017. You have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So this is telling you, for those who are already coupled, that, remember, you have the Hierophant here, which, like I said, is a very spiritual card. That basically, if you're with the person that you're truly meant to be with, that is your life partner, which basically that means this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, then there will be plenty of signs telling you not to give up on a relationship. Like I said, everything that you see here, even the scary, challenging cards that you see, does not mean that everyone is breaking up. So I feel like here you will know to not give up on a person. Your heart will tell you not to give up on them. And for those who are single, again, you're being guided towards someone special. The card says soulmate, but this basically means, someone that is a kindred spirit to you. Someone that you will have a very close, committed relationship with. Okay, so let's get some more. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? Release your ex. And the card reads, the time has come to clear your energy. Yeah, and like I said, it's funny that the first card says, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And now this card says release your ex. So for some of you, it's going to be different because it's a general reading and thousands of people are going to watch this. For some of you, you're already with the right person, and you will know that because your intuition will be screaming at you that, yes, this is the one. Maybe I just need to be patient. I need to look at their point of view. I need to give them time to heal. You do have the Four of Swords up here, which represents, needing, giving somebody the space to figure things out mentally. You also have the Two of Wands, which could represent, waiting. But for some of you, there could be also a clear sign that it's time to look for happiness elsewhere. Spirit doesn't want you to cheat yourself out of a happily ever after. The Eight of Cups, is a card of looking in a different direction. Especially if you feel like you have been in limbo, you've been in the energy of the Hangman for years. There is, a positive, healthy relationship for you. But I feel like, if you've been trying and trying for years to make a relationship work, and you feel like your partner, or maybe even you, keep making the same mistakes over and over and over, then obviously this is a clear message for you that, you will find that, healthy relationship, but it's going to be elsewhere. And there are plenty of cards in this reading that are telling you that there will be a new beginning for you, even if you do let go. Like I said, this road right here in particular, maybe, yes, you do walk away from a relationship and look elsewhere. But this does involve, a new beginning for you. You have a major arcana Judgment telling you that you will have a second chance to be happy. And yes, this could be, with someone else, an entirely different person. You also have the Ace of Cups, which is, a new beginning. This could be a completely fresh start when it comes to your love life. But for those of you where you really feel like you're in a negative relationship, first thing you have to do is release your ex. For those who are single, you might just have to release your ex energetically, not be thinking about them, and kind of be open to somebody new coming into your life. If you keep fixating on somebody that's not there anymore, sometimes it can block somebody new from coming into your life. So I feel like for those who are single, this just means that you're ready, you're releasing old fears, again, the Nine of Swords. You're releasing expectations of a partner has been gone for years, or they're not coming back. This just means that they're asking you to help yourself by letting go of the past so you can be open to the soulmate that I see here from the soulmate card. Remember, this was the first card. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, so let's get one more from the Romance Angels. What other message is there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? Romantic feelings. And it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So I definitely feel like when I saw this card, I feel like this means talking about your feelings. And for some of you, you may have some issues with your partner, those who are already coupled, that need to be talked about. You do have the Page of Cups, which to me, I'm feeling like this is a heart-to-heart conversation that is long overdue. I feel like somebody has some fears that they don't want to talk about. You have the Nine of Swords, which does represent a lot of anxiety and a lot of tension, and just like you're focusing on a worst-case scenario, right next to the Seven of Wands, which represents you needing to be brave and stand up for yourself. Stand your ground. Don't be afraid to speak up. So I feel like for some of you, there's something that you have to share. Your feelings are real, whatever those feelings are. And they may not be, nice and fluffy feelings like this card implies. It could be that your feelings are, that you have a lot of concerns about a relationship, whether your partner's being honest or if this is the right partner for you. This card is telling you to not disregard whatever it is these feelings are telling you. It's time to speak up. For those who are single, This could be somebody that you meet. I mean, you do have messages in this reading telling you that there will be, possibly a new love interest. And this is telling you to not dismiss them. Make sure that you are exploring any feelings that you have towards new people that come into your life. Okay, so let's see if I have enough time to pull 3 cards from the messages from your angels. Okay, what messages are there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? And you have Archangel Gabriel. The card says, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So Archangel Gabriel, that's interesting because remember, we already talked about communication. You have the Page of Cups, and I felt like this was a heart-to-heart, and I just finished talking about it with the other cards. I feel like there's something that you have to say. I feel like there's something where someone is suffering in silence for those who are coupled. And Archangel Gabriel does help with communication. So again, this is a message, kind of asking you to not keep this to yourself. I definitely feel like there's something important. Remember, the card from the Romance Angels is telling you that your feelings are real. And again, like I said, this may not be fluffy feelings. This may be feelings of insecurity, which actually are mentioned in this card. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So for some of you, you may be feeling insecure about a relationship, but there could be other things. This is just telling you that it's important to communicate. Even if what you're communicating may not be so positive, I feel like something has to be said for those who are coupled. Now, for those who are single, this could be that, you're still, we had the ultimate card here from, release your ex. It could be that you just can't let go of an ex, and maybe it's time to communicate this to someone close to you, someone that will help you to let go of a person that's no longer in your life, and maybe you have no way of communicating with them. This is maybe asking somebody for advice. This is basically asking you to not ignore your feelings. There's a need to communicate what you're feeling with someone else in order for you to move on, for those who are single. Okay, let's get 2 more cards. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for February 2017? You also have Bethany, and she says, when you take excellent care of yourself, everyone benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. So this card is asking you to look out for yourself. So this definitely makes sense, with everything that I said. I'm not going to repeat it. I just feel like somebody needs to put themselves first. Let's go back to the 8 of Cups. Like I said, this is putting yourself first, knowing that you deserve to be happy, and maybe you need to look for happiness elsewhere. Again, that's not going to apply to everyone. It could also mean that, you have to put yourself first, and you have to put an end to the arguments. You have to leave certain things in the past, heal them, compromise. This just means that you can't, I feel like for some of you, the message is also that you can't compromise too much. Remember, you have the 7 of Wands, which is that confrontational energy where you're saying you're not letting someone get away, with murder, so to speak. You're being strong and you're really speaking up for yourself. But in order for you to do that, I feel like you need to be in a good place with yourself. That's what Bethany is trying to tell you. And the same thing applies for those who are single. In order for you to find the next, your next romantic partner, you really do have to take care of you, and this might involve some healing. Okay, let's see if I have time for one more card. What other message is there for the sign of Aries? And you have Aurora. You're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't ascend because others will soon be inspired by your example. So I feel like this is a message of hope. I feel like something will happen where you will feel definitely feel optimistic. This could be something that changes, that finally gives you a sense of hope. Like, yes, I'm finally going to meet somebody. For those who are single, for those who are coupled, there's a, that your partner gives you a hint that, maybe, yes, we can work this out. I feel like this is something that really keeps you going, that raises your spirits. And for those who are single, it could also mean that you have to raise your spirits in order to attract someone special into your life. But I feel like this is something that is also, I feel like, the card says don't descend. This is asking you to not give up. Keep moving in the direction of your romantic partner, those who are single. And for those who are already in a relationship, I feel like for some of you, they're asking you to keep working on this relationship. Don't give up. Okay, Aries, this has been your love reading for February 2017. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.